Hi, this is Amy K. Watson, and what I wanted to talk with you about today is having a difficult conversation. Probably more than any other topic, this is what folks come to coaching wanting to work through. They've got a difficult conversation coming up, maybe with a boss, maybe with an employee, maybe with a family member. So I'm pretty confident that you may have something similar coming up in your own life. And if that's the case, then here's what you need to know. Going into that conversation, it doesn't matter so much the specifics about what you say. What matters is where you're coming from, whether or not you care about that individual as a human being. That is what will have the biggest impact on your outcomes. If you go into a difficult conversation with the sense of annoyance that comes from not really acknowledging their humanity, but really actually kind of seeing them as an obstacle to what it is you're trying to do, they're going to pick up on that. If you go into a conversation with a sense of fear that they're going to flip out because they can't be controlled and they are a problem, that's going to come through. But if you can go into a conversation fully aware of their vulnerability, their decency, their reasonableness, and marry that with your clarity about what needs to come out of that conversation, that is a powerful combination. That is the meat of what I wanted to share with you today. But to support it, I want to share with you a quote that I think is very relevant and very powerful. And I think it stands on its own, but I'm going to share it. Power, properly understood, is nothing but the ability to achieve purpose. It is the strength required to bring about social, political, and economic change. And one of the great problems of history is that the concepts of love and power have usually been contrasted as opposites, polar opposites, so that love is identified with the resignation of power and power with the denial of love. Now, we've got to get this thing right. What we need to realize is that power without love is reckless and abusive. And love without power is sentimental and anemic. It is precisely this collision of immoral power with powerless morality that constitutes the major crisis of our time. You hopefully recognize that as having come from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I am completely ripping it out of context, and the context is worth being fully aware of. But I wanted to show that it is applicable in as dissimilar a situation as just talking with an employee or your boss or a family member about something that is heavy on your heart and where you need to get some results from that conversation. So I'd love to hear from you. What do you think? What's your way of having a difficult conversation in the best way possible? And meanwhile, I invite you to come to careerleadershipalignment.com. You can sign up for the free gift that's available on the front page. The cool thing about that is that it enables us to start a conversation and start getting to know each other. And that's what I'm really looking forward to. I'd like to connect with you. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, and talk to you next time.